It's Kerrang Radio, and my guest today is Jon Krasinski, star of the new film 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. How you doing?
Very well, thanks. You said it really well.
Thanks.
You should do the movie trailers.
Really? Yeah. I submitted a quote for the poster.
Did you really?
Because I really enjoyed the film.
Oh, thank you.
And what I wrote is something along the lines of, that was tense in capital letters, and they were like, we love this, we're going to use it.
Awesome.
So hopefully they'll use it.
Oh, I really hope so too.
It is a tense film, isn't it?
If they don't, they just lied to you.
I know.
That's not fair.
It happens a lot. You'd be surprised. It is a very tense film, isn't it?
It is, very, yeah. And it's a true story, and I think that it's something that certainly was really important for me to make. It's something I've always wanted to do, but this story in particular, as you said, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, I think people have heard the word Benghazi, certainly in our country, and I know in your country too, but for us, you know, I thought I knew everything there was to know about this very political issue, and I was embarrassed when I read the book that I didn't know anything about the real story of actually what happened that night, because you hear about all the politics.
Well, I've definitely heard the name of the place, but before I watched the film, I had no idea what actually happened. Yeah,
and so you realize that it's this unbelievably true, heroic war story of 6 guys who laid their lives on the line when they didn't need to. They weren't actually active military; they were contractors, and so they decided to get into the fight and protect all these people without any hesitation. So to me, it was the true definition of heroism, and I was honored to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And did you meet any of the people that actually were those soldiers?
Absolutely, yeah. And that was the most vital part of the process for me. I mean, everybody asked what was the hardest part, getting in shape or, you know, being in the action scenes, which were all very cool. But the most challenging thing was the responsibility of knowing we had to tell this story and tell it right, you know. So these guys actually wrote the book. So when people ask, you know, is it a true story? Is this actually what happened? They wrote the book, and they were on set with us, so they were the ones telling us what was happening every time. So I think that's as close a source as you can get.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I was so honored to get to meet the guy that I played, who in the movie, his name is Jack Silva. And I don't know what I expected. I think I thought maybe guys with tattoos who live in trailers out on the plains are people who actually can do this kind of combat. And then you realize, no, it's the most unassuming, gentle, wonderful guys who have kids and have families that they leave behind.
You won a chat show in America, and you said you went down from 25% body fat to 9% body fat.
Yeah, I think actually when we shot, it was lower than that, which is insane. And I had no concept. I don't know if a lot of people know about body fat. I certainly didn't.
No,
you know,
I certainly know about it, but I don't know whether it's...
No, but I don't know how to gauge it. And so then they do that weird pinch test that I don't know if people know about, but they pinch you in all the different places where you might have excess fat. And it kind of hurts. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And what hurts more is when they say, like, this is your number, and you say, oh, that's pretty good. And they say, no, 25% is not great.
It's absolutely awful.
And then losing that body fat is the hardest thing to do, rather than, you know, you're losing weight a lot quicker than you're losing actual body fat percentage. Oh, wow. So
you've openly admitted that you're pretty late to the game when it comes to social media. Like your Instagram account, even in the bio still, it says, like, pretty late to the game.
Good for you for checking. Thank you.
Why is that? Are you just kind of private? You don't want to sort of put it out there?
I've always been a pretty private person. You know, not that you know, I'm not Brad Pitt, so people aren't necessarily prying into my personal affairs anyway.
You've still got a lot of followers, though. I mean, like, people are interested, you know?
Thank you. It's really fun. I think for me, it was sort of overwhelming to come late to the game because there was so much to learn. So, you know, even from doing the @ symbol first, and people are like, that's not going out to us. You have to put a period first.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's sort of stressful and tense. And now I feel like if I was 90 when I started, now I feel like I'm 42 in the social media world. I'm going backwards. And my goal is to be 16.
Well, I was going to say, you mentioned 16. Like, dare I ask when you're going to get involved with Snapchat?
I don't know if I should get involved, right? I mean,
you should.
So the pictures just disappear? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, they're for a limited time.
Then we just found out, now there's an article, they're not disappearing. No. They have them logged somewhere.
See, I thought it was just a way of sending, like, you know, nudie photos to
Right, that's
your
all
other
I've
half.
heard too, yeah.
But apparently that's how people communicate. Like, people love it.
Really?
Yeah, they actually communicate through photos.
So how do you communicate through a photo that...
It's pretty much, this is what I'm doing now. It could be the most boring thing in the world, but people love it.
But isn't that Instagram?
Yeah, but it doesn't stay there. It's kind of a snap... It's gone, hasn't it gone where Facebook, people upload like 100 photos from like a weekend away?
Right.
And that has gone now full circle. It's gone sort of, then people put 2 or 3 photos up, but then Instagram is 1 photo. And now the photo doesn't even last 10 seconds. So like we're sort of going less.
What you just did is explain social media to everyone who doesn't know it in a really clear way.
I should do like seminars.
Yeah, you really should.
I should get involved.
There's definitely people listening right now saying like, I won't admit it to anyone.
Yeah.
But that was the most informational part of my day.
I think I'm going to quit radio and do that. Well, if you want, we'll do a Snapchat in a bit.
Done.
You can maybe do your first ever Snapchat.
Yeah, great.
Possibly. I think you just hate it when people from the office won't leave you alone.
Is this mine or yours?
Leave it, mate. Okay. All right, it's Kerrang Radio. John Krasinski is here, star of the new film 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. And, of course, the US version of The Office.
Yes.
Which we have to talk about.
I heard you guys did your own version. That's so adorable.
Yeah, it was all right. People liked it, I think.
After us, right?
I think it was before.
Oh, it was?
Slightly before.
Maybe we did it at the same time. That's probably what it was.
What I like about it was that they didn't try and replicate the UK Office. I mean, that was something that I think
we
Ricky
did
Gervais
try in
at
our
the
pilot
beginning.
episode,
Absolutely.
which was terrible.
With
because,
the Jell-O?
Yeah, exactly. Which we went I think it was word for word. I think if you
Pretty
go
much.
back and watch I think it was your script. Yours, you wrote it.
That's right.
But I remember saying to Ricky and
I
Steve,
donated it to Ricky. I was just like, you can have this.
yeah,
mate.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I said to Ricky and Steve, I said we have a totally different brand of humor, and I think the moment we all knew we were a part of something special was the episode. For me, at least, was Diversity Day,
Right.
which was sort of the
Post-it notes on the head?
Yeah. Yes. No, that was different, I think that one was different. This is when Mr. Brown came and talked to us about racial diversity.
Got you, yes.
And Steve had that joke, which is, I'm not going to call you that, because he thought it was a trap.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the funniest jokes
That was
ever.
good.
And
I was going to say, my favourite episode is the one with the post-it notes. I thought it was that one.
Maybe it is. Maybe that is Diversity
Where
Day.
you've got Stanley with...
Yes, that's the best.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is the best.
Everyone has stolen something from the office. Like, you put your hand up and say, like, post-it notes.
Right.
Like a glue stick pen.
Right,
What did you steal from your desk? Because there must have been something you can come clean.
Yeah, I did. I took my bag. I stole the bag that Jim had.
Yeah.
I stole the teapot from,
Right.
if anybody knows this stuff. Otherwise, people are like, stop talking.
I'm assuming
nerd.
people might... Yeah, if not, it's...
I took the teapot. I took the comic book that
Yeah.
Pam gave me.
Okay.
Which is
Who got
super
the
cool.
Dwight wobbly head?
I think Dwight did.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. There were several of those because
props.
the original one broke, and the original one was handmade.
Wow.
And then later they had to make a mold of them. All these,
And then they probably started selling them to
Yeah, exactly.
everybody.
And then Jim had a bobblehead for no reason.
Yeah.
But
Have
I
you got that?
Yeah, I definitely have
You had
50
to
of them
have
in my room. It's the only way I can go to sleep is if I see 50 of me bobbling.
It's like counting sheep. You just count your own bobblehead. A lot of people know that you're married to a Brit.
Yes.
You've been married for over 5 years now.
Yes.
How are you getting on with the terminology difference?
It's hard
Yeah?
at first, yeah. I mean, things like boot and brawly and stuff
Yes.
like that. That was just this morning that I heard those words.
Can I test you on some? I've got some
Okay.
here.
Yeah, let's do it.
I just want to
I'm
know,
gonna fail miserably.
basically, what do you think this means? And if you know it, that's fine.
Are these hard ones, though?
Absolutely
Are you
not.
talking about...
No, absolutely. These are things that you would use every day.
You're lying already.
All right. That guy over there's got the hump.
Don't know what that means.
What do you think it means?
He has a hunchback.
I see why you think that.
Yeah.
No, it means he's not happy.
Really?
I'll do some context. You'll never guess what. Gary got nicked last night.
He was mugged.
Not quite.
He was stolen.
The word nicked means to steal, and it means to be arrested.
What?
Yeah, that means
Okay.
Gary got arrested last night.
See, if I can get one definition, that's great. You can't just make up another one.
I'm sorry. The last one now. That really got on my wick.
That really frustrated me.
That's it.
Exactly.
You got 1 out of 3.
Yes.
Well done. You almost passed my
Well, the
test.
second one I also got.
All right, 1.5. I didn't realise you were so finicky. John, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Everyone should check out this film. It's such an intense film, and I really enjoyed it. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi is out now. Cheers for coming in.
Thank you so much.